have won the monthly award, but have to go through the process further on. But I mean, we're always open for more ideas to incubate the center.
Yeah, one of the things we'll probably do during the class is actually invite some of these incubators to come and talk about, how they started the companies, right, and everything. Okay. Okay, so, I went through the responses that everybody gave for, how Dropbox reached 200 million users and ended up increasing the value of the company by, many million dollars. And I think I was quite impressed with all the answers. So I'm just going to put up 4 or 5 to give everybody an idea as to, how everybody responded. Because besides kind of the standard solution or standard response about, how Dropbox, came up with the freemium model, how they did virality, many of you actually came up with a lot more insights into how Dropbox succeeded and how they can continue to compete and why they're successful and so on. So I think people are really going, I think it was fantastic for me to go through this. So clearly they solved a problem that everyone really needed to solve, and it is such that anyone using the internet will try it because it's a first. Because there's a lot of people who like to use products and at least try them out if it is new. Like, that is how human beings are. We are curious people. Human beings are curious by nature. So they'll always try something out, something that's supposed to be new. So that's a good insight that Karma had about why, being new or first to market is an advantage. Right. Then the other one was, again, getting more storage by inviting friends. That we all kind of now understand is a nice method to get people to get not only new customers, but your friends on it, but also get it free of cost. Supports all platforms. That's another good insight. So it's like multi-platform, and you can see that the problem that some of the captive people will have. So Apple is the iCloud is saying that we should have Apple. They don't really provide iCloud on PCs and Android PCs. Google, I'm not sure if the Google Drive works on Apple platform. It does. So Google Drive obviously is trying to be multi-platform, but if you notice, Dropbox has got slightly better integration into some of the Apple apps like the camera, etc. Once you put in Dropbox, as soon as you can take a picture, it says you will upload to Dropbox. And that's a nice thing. You don't have to go through 2 steps thinking, oh, I should remember to upload my cloud app and so on. So being an independent company where Apple does not look at you as a direct competitor is the reason why small companies sometimes have advantage against a big company trying to enter the same market. Okay, so this is a very good insight as to why small companies sometimes succeed where big companies do not succeed, in spite of having more resources and more capability and so on. The fact that Dropbox even went for kind of very unique, kind of smaller platforms like Linux, etc., and provided the solution. Because if an engineer is using a product, a software engineer, and can't get it, then it's going to be a nightmare. And this is a very good insight that Karma had also, which was that they have created something that is actually very efficient in synchronizing. compared to Google Drive and compared to iCloud, etc., Dropbox really prides itself on doing very good engineering in terms of being able to synchronize across all kinds of different, because there are so many different kinds of file systems, there are so many different kinds of formats, and all kinds of things, and these guys, you know, do have, or at least claim that they have very good synchronization software, and it's very efficient. So, you know, not just, so the response from Karma was not just the standard one, but there are some other 2 or 3 good insights that, who's Karma? So good one there. This is from, okay, I think everything is good. I think just wanted to get one more point. Yeah, the fact that, you know, the point that I liked here was that, you know, if you're a small company, it's very hard to convince people to trust you with their you know, personal things, like the personal things are your, you know, documents that you're going to be storing there, your photographs that you're going to store there. You're afraid that, you know, it might be stolen, security may not be there, people may not, yeah, so people don't trust small companies as much as they trust a big company. So a small company has to really figure out how to get other people to start giving you, do the marketing for you. So that is a very interesting insight that I liked in this. Who's handwriting this? Oh, that's good. So that's a very good insight, which is you have to use other people who have a reputation, and they are the ones that are going to do it. Now, customers don't like to be used. Nobody likes to be used. So you have to figure out how to do it in a subtle way, so that, you know, the customer doesn't realize that he's actually doing marketing for you. So it's, you know, sometimes they might like to, because it's a very important or popular product and so on. But in general, people don't like to promote somebody else's product for free or for whatever reason. So that's why they came with the freemium model, and they try to do it as smoothly and as possible, right? So just to give you an idea as to what happened when I started my first company. So we had started a company, we were building something called semiconductor chips to build PCs, personal computers. And, you know, there was all these big companies, Intel, Chips and Technologies, Western Digital, all these big public companies were also in the market. And so we come up with a new chipset. It's, you know, quicker, faster, better, whatever. And you know, we're trying to convince everybody to use it. But if they put your chipset on their PC board, now they have to completely depend on you to sell the PC that they built with that motherboard. So now, you know, they buy the chipset from you for $30, but they are taking $1,000 risk on you, because if your chip is bad, or if your quality control is not there, or if you delay in shipping them the product because you don't have enough money, or you cannot scale up your production as their business takes off. So they are taking a lot of risk. So, you know, and obviously all these PC companies are 1,000 times bigger than a startup, right? Yet they have to trust their whole reputation and their reputation and their profitability and so on your chip. One $30 chip is allowing them to sell a $1,000 PC or a laptop. So, you know, people really had to, we had to really figure out how to get them to trust us. This was 1989, right? It just started that year. So what I did was I went and found 2 or 3 companies that had a good reputation in the PC business, and then by, you know, building a special relationship with them, like, you know, I got them to invest in my company a little bit, or I got them to, you know, I gave them a slightly better price, or whatever. But, you know, I convinced them to give me a reference that I can use publicly. So with that, once I got their reference, I got their code, etc., with their name and their company name, etc., I took that press, I created a press release, put it out in the press, and then I just faxed that press release to 100 companies in Taiwan, Hong Kong, etc. All of these 3 presidents of big companies are saying that my chipset is reliable, it's a good product, you know, it's good to do business with us. And yeah, that's how I used their reference in order to build my credibility. Right? And that's something that all of you, as you start a company, are going to. That's a challenge every small company faces, which is you may have the best product, but people may not trust you because they think that you won't be reliable, you may not be able to scale up. If you have problems, what do? If they ship the product to Europe and the customer there has a problem, will you send your engineer to Europe to fix it? Do you have the ability to do that? Can you afford it? So all of these questions come up in customers' minds. And so depending on the kind of product you have, customers promoting the product is very customer, and you know, this is what they use for customers. So this one, you know, again made some good points. Let's see. I think he made a very good point here, which I like, which was that since Dropbox was started by engineers from a technical college, essentially they understand the problems of young people. Because the problems that we had to solve, you know, when we were young, in 1975, when I was graduating from IIT, those problems, you know, don't exist anymore. Right now, like, look at the way, you know, previous, you know, I would have to make slides, I would have to put a PowerPoint present that way, while here I just take camera shots, and then just put it up there. So many problems that we had when, you know, we were in school don't exist anymore. But the problems that you have right now are different problems. Essentially, since the startup was done by these engineers from the technical college, they could find a solution that is more relevant and appropriate to people who are in the same kind of ecosystem. You know, there's an ecosystem which kind of describes your environment, right? And that's what, you know, allowed them to create a product that was nice. And then the other point that they made was that they made a product that was fast and user-friendly. And see, this is something that is, you know, I remember, like, you know, when we were doing computers or using computers, you know, 30 years ago, it was okay if, you know, it took 20 seconds or 30 seconds to load up, you know, a Word document or something. Because you thought that was very good, fast also compared to, you know, the older approach. But now, you hit the button and it's going to be there instantly. So, you know, you've got to have, so, you know, that was clearly something that became a design target for Dropbox, of having very fast, fastest, most responsive, and user-friendly. Nobody wants to read a manual anymore, right? But previously, every time you got Word application, along with Word application, there would be a 250-page book about how to use Word. There will be another 250-page book about how to use Excel. Another 250-page book how to use Windows. Now, it should be so intuitive that you don't even need it. And if you need to access some of the more advanced features, there's online help. Or you even have help that kind of understands what you think your problem might be and kind of gives you the answer right there, right? I mean, they use continuous prompting and say, or they're continuously trying to teach you. Like they come up with as soon as you put up this, hey, you want to watch this video, it'll teach you how to use this particular functionality. Or read this little note about how to use this functionality to make your Dropbox experience better or your Facebook experience better or whatever it is. Or so basically, all of these have become the new requirements for a product that is going to be successful in the marketplace. If you put a product that is great, you're first to market, but then you miss out on what the customer expectations are, then that's what will prevent you from truly benefiting from your breakthrough idea. So somebody else will have come along and created a product that is just right and they take the whole market. Give me some examples of where somebody started a company and breakthrough idea, and then 5 years later, a big company or another company came and just took the whole business away.
Netscape.
Huh?
Netscape.